King D, back with another one. How we doing, guys? I hope you're keeping well. Excuse me. Pre-workout, getting back on it, guys. So, bit of a catch-up. My van buggered up. So I was a bit knackered. So I had to bus it to work on a job. And as you know, I do driveways, patios, all that kind of thing. So I was doing a patio. I had to get the bus. And then another half-hour walk to get there. And while I'm on the bus, I thought I'll sit at the back. Why not? And I'm watching everyone get on. I'm a people watcher. I like observing people. I don't know why. Just I just do. And what I noticed was, it was like this: everyone with a head down, everyone on the phone, the whole way. And I was on that bus for a good half hour, and I've heard of tech neck. That's the thing that people are getting now. A friend of mine's obsessed with it, where people are getting funny necks because they're leant over all the time on the phones. Right. Now, if that's you, you need to sort it out. It's not good for you. We are basically living in the zombie apocalypse. And the amount of times I've drove in my van and I look at bus stops and they're all head down on the phone. No one's paying attention to the world around them. No one's communicating. And the amount of times I go out as well. I'll go out for a drink with a mate and there'll be another table of a few people sat there not enjoying themselves because they're all sat there on the phones. They're not talking to each other. What was the point in going out if you aren't even going to look at each other and enjoy each other's company? Instead, you're all just on the phone. Now, we'll get more into this, but it looks to me like this is the zombie apocalypse. How many people, and I'm sure you've all seen it as well, where they can't walk across the road without looking at the phone. The amount of people I've nearly run over because they were too busy looking at the phone. Zombies, absolute zombies. So if that's you, sort it out. Catch yourself, right? Because I live and work on my own, and we are social creatures. It's a bit lonely sometimes on my own, especially now my dad's passed, because I used to see him after work. Now I've got to sort of rearrange my lifestyle a little bit and figure that one out, which I haven't done yet, but it's been a bit hectic. So yeah, I find myself just scrolling on my phone, which is, ADHD brain. I need to be fucking stimulated, so I'm constantly doing stuff, because it's either that, productive stuff, or it's going to be something that's not good for me. So I'd rather be putting all my focus and energy in something that's good for me, that's productive. But I do catch myself. I've been very tired, run down. So I'll have 5 minutes at work, I'll sit down and I'm scrolling, and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm not even enjoying myself. I'm just turning my brain to mush, which is what we're all doing on these sites. We're not giving ourselves chance to be bored, and we need to be bored. It's if you're never bored, then the good times don't mean as much. Because if you're constantly fucking stimulated, then something that's stimulating, that's meant to be really good, it's not going to have the same effect, because you're always stimulated anyway. For every shade of grey, there's a shade of blue. It's going to have your opposites. You're good, you're bad. Things wouldn't be good if there weren't such things as bad. That'd just be normal. Do you get me? Think of it like that anyway. So it is a battle of mine, and especially, I'd love to get rid of social media and all that shit. I really would. But I use it for my business. I post pictures of my work. People are like, that's bang on. I'm like, yeah, I know. I want him to do my garden. Of course you do. I'm bang on. So I use it for my business, but I also use it for this YouTube. So whatever videos I do, I'll put it on Facebook. And I put it in the men's self-improvement group as well. So anyone who likes the idea of the title or whatever I said about the video, they can go watch it. So I'm kind of tied to social media. I kind of have to use it. And at the same time, we're living, working on my own. It's a good way, quick way, to have, at least have a bit of communication, even though it's not fucking real. And I know it's not real, believe it or not, guys. And if you don't know this yourself, social media isn't real. It's not the real world. Far from it. We will do a video on that soon as well. So basically, just catch yourself. And I do it. I have to do it. There'll be a moment of clarity. I'll be there scrolling 5-10 minutes, and then I catch. Right, King D, what are you doing? Is this productive? Are you even enjoying yourself? And chances are I'm not. It's not fun, is it? How many times have you gone on Facebook and gone, I really enjoyed that? Once in a very blue moon. That's only when something's kicking off or something's funny. And you're having a bit of back and forth with somebody, maybe. I don't know. But it's not fun, is it? But you're still doing it. And you're destroying your brain cells while you're doing it. And for those of you that can't even cross a road without your head in your phone, you can't just sit down for 1 minute. I know myself, I go for a shit and I go, oh, fucking hell, I forgot my phone. You know what I mean? What am I supposed to do here? Just sit here and shit? No thanks. So I get it, I really do. But just monitor it, guys, and as much as you can, get off your phone. I mean, they're designed to be as addictive as they possibly can. You know, they've got people out there making these apps addictive to keep you on them. But the longer they're keeping you on there, the more it's turning you into a fucking zombie, where you're not going to be able to concentrate. You're not going to be able to focus on things that you really need to do because it's not stimulating enough, because, oh, look at all the pictures and the images and all that. It's bollocks, isn't it? Come on, let's be real. It's bollocks, and it's destroying your brain. So don't be a zombie. Open your eyes, look up from your phone and see there's a big world out there to explore. And it's a beautiful world and all. And it's way better than anything you're going to see on your fucking phone. And same with people around you. How many families do you see? And this really winds me up. I've got a rule with my kids. I may have mentioned this before. They got phones for Christmas, right? And I wasn't happy about that, but I said to them, explain the dangers of phones and, you know, how addictive they are and all this, that and the other. I educate my kids on, because it's important, and you should educate yours as well. Give them at least a fighting chance, because every generation is going to get harder, because these apps and all this shit is going to get more and more addictive. They're going to get better at it to keep them on. And then we're going to have full-blown zombie apocalypse on our hands then. We really are. Just look around you, seriously. Get your head out your phone and look around you and see what's going on. I'm at that age where I remember what things were like before all this social media and all this. I'm at a golden age, really, where I can see both sides. And I can tell you right now, guys, anyone that's younger than me, the times before social media and phones were 100 times better. Seeing kids that play all the time, using their imaginations. You don't see kids using their imaginations anymore. They've lost the ability. They don't need to, because of computer games or devices where they're like, they don't need an imagination anymore. You know, me and my mates, when we were kids, we'd go climbing trees. That'd be our den, that'd be our base, that'd be our castle, our fort. It could be anything we wanted it to be, because we used our imaginations and we knew how to have fun together. You don't see that anymore. It's not that often you see kids playing football anymore compared to back in the day either. Or going up the woods, exploring. You don't see any of that now. And it's sad. I mean, obviously I do gardens and that. I'll be working at some customer's house, and then they're like, oh yeah, I've got a young lad, he's never out his room. That's what all they always say, all the time. Because that just seems to be what teenagers do now. They just sit in front of a fucking screen. So if you've got teenagers yourself, or you are a teenager, or you're doing this yourself, have a word with yourself. Life is not meant to be staring at a fucking screen. I can guarantee you that. That's not an existence, is it? You're just consuming and consuming shit. And it is shit. You know what I mean? Look at all the negativity on Facebook, social media and all that. And it's all just warping your brain and killing your brain cells. You're all going to turn into a zombie if you don't sort this out. So by all means, we all, if you have to have social media, have social media. I need social media, and I also, pictures of the kids when we go out on days out, things I want to remember. I'll write post saying something that happened that day, because I don't want to forget it. So I can look back on Facebook memories and go, oh, I remember that a couple of years ago. And then I'll put a smile on my face. Something that I wouldn't have remembered had I not wrote it down or took a picture of it. So I like it for that. So there are plus sides to social media, but it very quickly and very easily gets out of hand and gets abused, and we are all abusing it, because who's telling us not to? Well, I am now, but no one's telling you it's bad for you. No one, not really. And there's no one on these sites are putting any restrictions in place. I think there should be restrictions. There'll be people spending hours and hours a day. I know me at my worst, I had a look and I could see how long I was using an app. And when I was at my worst mentally, I was 2 hours on Facebook a day. I think, fucking hell. I mean, as a busy guy, 2 hour chunk of my day is gone. Just going, and that's just one app. Fuck knows about YouTube or Insta. I don't really use Instagram much. All these other ones. I think I had Snapchat at the time as well. Which, if you're a grown-up, get rid of that. Now, TikTok and all that one's shocking. Now, I did dabble in TikTok, because for this, really, I was doing breaking up the longer videos into little shorts, or bang them on there, try and get a few more viewers and whatnot, and sort of send them this way. I haven't downloaded the TikTok app since I've got my new phone, which is this one now. Well, because I just can't be arsed with it, and I understand how much it sucks you in. Now, I was very careful with TikTok not to get sucked in, because I know it knows what you like, it knows what you're interested in. I'll give you a little example. This is hilarious. So, whatever was on, as you click on the TikTok app, so I only clicked on if I had a video to upload, and first thing there'd be a video already playing, and I'm like, what the fuck's this shit? Get off and do what I need to do. And this one time I go on, and I'm like, a video comes on, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's a woman breastfeeding. So it took me a few seconds. First I'm like, nice tits. Second of all, I'm thinking, the fuck is this? A woman breastfeed? Is this a video of a woman breastfeeding? And I was gobstruck. I was like, this is mental. So because I stayed on that video 5-6 seconds longer than all the other videos that I just swiped straight off to do what I needed to do, every time I went on, they would be showing me videos of women breastfeeding. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want to see this shit. Stop showing me. It took ages. I had to watch other videos for a bit, like funny shit, to stop them coming back. I'm like, fucking hell. Anyone picked up my TikTok thing? I'm a fucking weirdo. And I'm not, by the way. Maybe a little bit, but I will say I don't get off on kids sucking on their mum's tits. That is for sure. So I'll leave it there anyway, guys. Be mindful. Don't turn into a zombie. If there's sinister works at play high up, the powers that be that are trying to destroy us as a society, this is definitely one of their biggest tools and one of their biggest weapons to turn you into a slave, a zombie that just keeps his head down like lemmings. Do you know what I mean? Don't be that. You need to keep that clarity of what's out there and the real world and who you are and the people in your life that mean something, and doing stuff that means something to you, because you are literally wasting your life scrolling. It's evil. It is. You got one life, guys. And I ask myself this as well. Whenever I catch myself scrolling, and I want you to do the same as well, when you have that little moment of clarity where you are present, that moment you are present and you think, right, what the fuck am I doing? Ask yourself this, and I always ask myself this: is this how you want to spend your life? ask yourself that. And I know what the answer is. I know what the answer is for me, and I know what the answer is for you. No one wants to spend their life staring at a fucking screen. So don't do it. And like the video, drop us a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and be the best you. And do it for you. Cheers, guys.